Hey, what's going on, guys? And welcome to another podcast. Today, I've got with me Thomas or Tomasz in Polish. He's from Poland. He's in Theatre 25 and he sold about 280 sales. Brought him in today, especially because I was really impressed with the community spirit that he has. He's been helping people on Facebook groups, privately on DMs, completely for free. And I thought, you know what? Why don't I bring him on the podcast and have a chat about his journey, what he's been doing, how he's started Merch by Amazon, how he's managing between his main job and Merch by Amazon on the side, and if he's doing any other, if he's on any other print on demand platforms. And recently he started a fan page on Facebook and also a YouTube channel. So if any one of you guys is a Polish speaking individual, then you guys definitely go and check him out. I'm going to leave links to his social media stuff down below in the description. For those of you who are just starting out trying to make money with print on demand, you can download the ultimate guide to print on demand success down below in the description completely for free to learn how you can set up your print on demand business and scale it to $10K a month with ease. Check it out, guys. It's definitely going to help you out. Thomas or Tomasz, welcome to the podcast and thanks very much for sharing your experience today with us. So do you want to introduce yourself?
I think you already did that pretty well, but hi guys, and thanks Ari for having me here.
Cool, man. Appreciate that. So, Thomas, how did you come to realize that there's an opportunity here on Merch by Amazon and print on demand? How did you start doing all of this?
Hmm, I
What
think
led you to discovering Merch by Amazon or print on demand in general, since you're an IT guy working 9 to 5? I think a lot of
I
people would want to hear that.
yeah, I think it was kind of advert on Facebook or on
Okay.
YouTube or something like that. There was a guy telling that you can do quite simple T-shirts, designs for T-shirts and sell them on Amazon. No company required and so on. You are just doing designs, uploading them, and making lots of money on that. And
Amazing. And did you believe it at first? Were you skeptical?
when somebody's promising you easy and fast money, it's not always quite fine. So I was quite skeptical, but why not to try?
Okay, and how did you start kind of going from the idea
Mhm.
to actually practicing what you heard or to actually giving it a go?
From the same source which I heard firstly about
Hmm.
Amazon, I bought an Amazon course, went through that.
Hmm.
Uh, After completing the course, the hardest part, so applying to the Amazon merge. Luckily, it took only 3 times of
Yeah.
reapplying, and I was accepted. And that's how it started. Was around
Nice.
not May, but April or March
Back in
this
April.
year. Yeah,
Okay.
back in April.
Cool. And you said that you're working full time
Hmm.
and doing merch part time. Obviously, you don't have much time to do it. Have you been working on it pretty kind of um like, have you given it so much time or have you just done a few hours here and there?
It depends on the time amount I can spare for that. The good thing in my work is that these are not fixed hours.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm working from 11 to 7 p.m. Yeah. And sometimes it's from 8 to 4 p.m. So
Amazing.
sometimes I have more time on evenings, and sometimes I can do some stuff on mornings and late evenings. And
Cool.
sometimes, somewhere in between of my work. I can
So you're
do
trying to
some
juggle here
research.
and there,
Yeah.
which is cool. I mean, a lot of people are probably in your shoes right now. You know,
Mm.
they're in your situation and they want to hear about your experience with Merch by Amazon, especially working another job. So that's why I like to ask these kind of questions, because some
Yeah.
people don't know how to manage their time, or they think it's very, very hard to do two things at the same time. They don't know how to multitask, and they find it very overwhelming to kind of focus on two things, focusing on your 9 to 5 and then basically completely switching off from that and then moving or shifting your focus to something else, to your part-time job, which is Merch by Amazon or POD or whatever side hustle you're doing.
Mm.
So that's very, very important. What helps you switch that focus?
To be honest, I'm not a master for that, so I'm something struggling to find some time and to keep my focus on POD or on my the daily work.
Yeah.
But you just need to do it somehow. Without that, it's almost impossible to achieve anything.
Yeah. And you find that, you have to cut certain things out of your life to try and make way for your side hustle. So, like, less time spent with friends, less time going out, stuff like that.
No, I don't
So you
think
still do
so.
those things.
Yeah, I still do those things.
Okay.
I'm not a party animal, so I
Okay.
think that's helpful in that case. Before print on demand journey, I was just sitting in front of computer doing stuff or
Mm-hmm.
playing on PlayStation.
Right.
So now I'm still spending time in front of my computer, but
Doing
in other
something
way.
more
Yeah,
constructive, more
yeah,
productive.
exactly,
That's what I
exactly.
meant. So, did you have to cut certain things out of your life to make way for working on POD? So that was the
I'm
answer,
not missing
basically.
those things. I'm not missing them.
You're not missing them, right? Because you were just
No,
doing them for
no,
the sake of doing them because you had a lot of time. Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense. So, guys, whoever is doing certain things just for the sake of doing them, that you're probably wasting time, and try and find something else that is more constructive, more productive to fill in that void. It could be Merch by Amazon. It could be, any other POD job somewhere else, with Redbubble, whatever. It could be
Yeah,
drop shipping. It could
basically
be anything. Just do something
anything
constructive with your,
constructive.
yeah, exactly, with your time. Perfect. So this leads me to ask you, how did you start learning working on these POD sites or on Merch by Amazon? Because obviously, even after doing a course, it's not straightforward, because you have to, search for various different things. You have to
Mm.
apply. Sometimes you get stuck with applying, the information that you've learned.
Yeah.
So talk to us about from the point where you finished the course to actually getting to reality and actually, putting
Mhm.
the information into practice.
So the course is just the beginning, as you
Mm.
mentioned. After that, there were first tries with a lot of crappy designs. I'll be honest, they were crappy as
We've all been there, man. We've all been there.
yeah. So I was not the master at the beginning. I'm still not a master, to be fair. I'm just better. Maybe
Yeah.
that's a better word. First designs, first rejections due to the trademark issues. Fortunately, only rejections without banning my account. Thanks, Amazon. Watching a lot of videos on YouTube, watching your videos and other guys. A lot of reading, a lot of checking, lots of stuff.
And
Learning
that's
a
what's
bit of
required. In the beginning, you'll spend most of your time actually learning,
yeah.
and a lot of
There is
things will
no
not
other way.
work. A
Hmm.
lot of things will not work. Even after buying a course or watching a video, certain things will not work because they're not made for for your exact situation, right? So
Exactly.
you're gonna have to learn the other bits and pieces to fill in that void, to kind of complete the picture, right? And that
You
can
just
take
need
time.
to you need to
It could
find
take you a
your path.
day. Yeah.
Hmm.
It could take you a day to learn a particular skill, right? You could be searching on various different YouTube videos to learn one particular skill. And then once you learn
Yeah.
that, it will help you for, for the next
Mhm.
adventure and the next one and the next one. And the more you learn, you start putting, piecing the pieces together,
Yeah.
and that's how you get experienced, right?
Mhm. And once
And
you learn that, you just think, "Phew,
yeah,
it's that easy.
that easy.
Come on, it's
Yeah,
that easy. There is
yeah,
nothing complicated in that,
yeah.
but you
But you
need to
only
learn
say
that."
that because now you have the information and you know
Yeah.
how to apply it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that takes time. So for people that think that they can just watch a video and if they apply it doesn't work out, guys, you need to give yourselves more time, give yourself more chance, give
Mhm.
yourself, be more patient, right? You have to be patient with this. There's no other way. Okay.
Mhm. And
So
you cannot do things randomly.
yeah,
You need to, I don't know, take a notes, or just remember what you did previously. Only that's the only way to learn.
yeah,
You are
and
learning from your
optimize.
own mistakes. Yeah, optimizing the learning curve.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's how you get better.
mhm.
Brilliant. So talk to us about, since we're talking about challenges,
Yeah,
te- tell us what challenges you found uh, most difficult, and how did you overcome them
I
in the phase
think
of learning?
at the beginning, understanding what's permitted and what's not on
Mm,
Amazon. I'll be talking mostly on Amazon because I'm spending most of my time on Amazon. But I think that the same can be applied to Redbubble and TeePublic. So each of those platforms have different terms of use and rules, and you need to apply to them. Uh, on Amazon, it's not very obvious what they are
yeah.
allowing you to do and what you should not be doing. Uh, but that's also the part of the learning.
Yeah, with experience, you'll start to know exactly what you should and what
Yeah,
you shouldn't do. And
mm,
and I agree with you. Certain things are kind of ambiguous and vague,
yeah,
and it's done on purpose so that you don't game the system. And
mm,
even when you make a mistake, they don't tell you exactly what you did wrong because they don't want to give up their game plan, right? If they tell everybody, "Oh, you did this wrong," people will start to try and game the system, and
mm.
that's clever from their part, but at the same time frustrating for us who are
Mm.
trying to do the right thing.
However, I need to protect them a bit because I had mostly issues with trademarks and copyrights and so on. Trademarks, not copyrights. And every time I've asked them, they replied what was wrong. It was not always so straightforward
It's not
to get
always. You
this
have to
information.
escalate it, and
Hmm.
then they
Hmm.
can give you the
Yeah, yeah.
answer. You have to keep
Yeah,
pushing them. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
The
Sometimes
first email
it
you
just,
get is literally
yeah, just a template.
just a template that they send. Yeah, from the
Yeah,
robot, I think.
go away. Yeah, go
Yeah,
away to that.
yeah, cool. All right. So, what other things did you find difficult? How about learning how to design and learning
Mm,
how to design like the bestsellers?
yeah, I have some graphic background,
Okay.
so I think it was helpful in my case. Uh, I even was studying the computer graphic. It was total waste of time. I'll be honest with you
Mm,
all. I learned nothing, absolutely nothing on that. But I already knew something. So
interesting.
yeah,
Did you
yeah,
do it at uni or?
yeah. It was a
Wow.
University of Łódź here. Like I said, total waste of time in my case. Before studies, I was doing some graphics stuff, mostly, for my personal use
Yeah.
without any commercial background and so on. Some time ago, I found the oldest things on DeviantArt from 2015, I think. So, some photo manipulations and so on.
Okay.
So I think this ability was quite helpful here. Still, style on Amazon is unique to
Yeah. You
Amazon.
need to learn it.
You need to learn that.
You said something to me earlier off camera. What's that style? What is it called? You gave it a name.
Yeah,
You and
it's
your friend.
Amazonism. Amazonism.
Amazonism. There we go.
Yeah, you
You,
can
you
use
heard
that.
it here.
Feel free. I'm pretty proud of that term.
Nice one, man. Nice.
Yeah, but I think most of the people are learning by seeing something and trying
Mm.
to apply to their work. And that was, in my case, it was exactly like that. I just opened the bestsellers or any graphic that I was trying to, not copying, copy is a bad word here, but take inspiration
Improve.
from
Take
the, yeah,
inspiration and improve, and
yeah, yeah,
inject your own, personality into
yeah,
it and
yeah,
your own style,
exactly,
etc.
exactly. Here is a rainbow, here is a sunset, and here is something else, and
Mm.
why those things are selling.
Yeah.
You never know 100% sure, but
Yeah.
you need to, make a guess and try to take those bits to your
Yeah.
graphic and try to apply that, and hopefully that would work. If not, it
But
happens.
you know what really tells you what sells and what doesn't sell? It's you watching all the time, checking out the
Mhm.
best sellers, comparing, watching the trends, identifying the trends. It's very important to keep always watching what's out there and what's
Yeah.
doing well. That's what makes you kind of very good at identifying future trends or what might
Mhm.
pop off in the next month or couple of months. Because if something is doing really well this month, let's say it's a design concept, for argument's sake, we could say the groovy design concept, right?
Mhm.
If it's been going around for the past 6 months, it's been doing well, right? Everybody is loving it and they're buying it. Christmas comes around, or Halloween comes around, or whatever, another holiday that is really, really hot, where you
Yeah.
can really sell a lot. You can use that design style and inject it into, or marry it together with that holiday, cross niche it with that holiday, cross niche it with the nurse niche, with the, teacher niche or whatever. So that's
Anything that makes sense.
anything, right? Anything that makes sense. And you cannot do that unless you know what's selling really well, unless
Mhm.
you're always watching, right? If you're not watching, if you're not analyzing, some people are just watching, but they're not analyzing. They're
No,
not
that's a dead end.
observing. They are not, taking notes. You need to take down notes and understand what's what and what's doing well, what's not, where is the opportunity. 'Cause
Mhm.
sometimes the niche can be really good, but it can be saturated. However,
Yeah.
if you know how to enter that niche in the right way, using these methods that we're talking about, then you can make an absolute killing, you know?
Mhm. I
So did
did
you
that.
find, sorry,
I
go on.
did that. I did that with one niche.
Okay.
Maybe I don't have bestsellers there, but I entered quite overwhelmed to niche, quite saturated, and I still was able to make some sales.
And
I
did
think
you,
it's due to my graphic design skills
okay.
because I've spent uh, on one design maybe 3 days or something
Oh,
like that.
mate. Too long.
Come on, I was on tier 10, so
Yeah,
if
you
you have
have
only 10
loads of time, right?
designs, yeah, you have lots of time and you can spend some more time on a single design.
Yeah. Man,
The
3 days.
technique,
That's That's
Not
a long
straight,
time.
2 to 3 hours daily. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, of
So
course.
that's not the problem for me. I like
You
that.
liked it. To be
Mhm.
honest with you, now thinking about it, when I first started, I was spending so much time on a design, not because I wanted to make it perfect, but because I didn't know how to design.
Mhm.
So I had to learn how to do this and how to do that because I wanted to make it in a certain way. And to make it in a certain way, I had to
Yeah.
learn some skills that I don't know, right?
Mhm.
So I had to
Yeah,
find the
exactly.
information from different, maybe courses. I used to
Mhm.
use Skillshare quite a lot back then. Also on YouTube, loads of different things to try and make that cut the cutout
Mhm.
opacity mask. I didn't know how to make
Yeah,
that. I didn't
yeah.
know how to make the opacity mask with the stroke so that I can cut out the stroke around
Mhm.
the text, especially when it's on top of a graphic element or something like that, to give it
Uh-huh.
that nice look. All of those things, they take time to learn, and you probably don't even know what that effect is called. So you have to keep searching for
Yeah, exactly,
various different
exactly.
videos to somehow that effect might come up, and then you learn it, right? And then
Mhm.
bit by bit you start get putting things together and accumulating experience. um
As an example, we can take those groovy texts, very popular on T-shirts.
yeah,
Those something with a wave and groovy hippie. They are called
yeah.
something like
I,
that.
I mean, if you know how to do it, it's very, very easy, man. It's
Yeah.
literally just doing the wave effects.
Mhm.
That's it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I
But
recently
then,
made a video about that, and
yeah,
in Illustrator, it's really straightforward. As you can, as I know, you can modify the modified text. You can still
yeah,
put
make
some.
with mesh. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about? Make with
yeah,
mesh.
exactly,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I'm
So you
using
can do
it.
it that way. That is the
Mhm.
more complex way of doing it. It's not straightforward.
Yeah,
But also it can be unique. It can produce some unique
yeah,
results. But the
exactly.
normal, easy one, which everybody is doing, is the wave effect. So it just goes like that,
Mhm.
like that, like
Yeah,
that. That's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
But when you know
It's
how
not
to do
wave.
it,
It's the
it's
flag.
taking.
Sorry, it's the
Well,
flag effect. One of them, anyway. I think it's the flag. Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
different naming conventions, but we all know
yeah,
what we are
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
Cool. So obviously you do all of these things. What is your daily routine? So you wake up, you go to work, you come back from work. How do you start your second half?
Hmm.
Working on your print on demand business.
Mm, I
Uh,
don't think we can speak about a routine in my life.
you really
uh,
don't have one.
no, to be honest, not. I have two dogs, and I need to walk them out on a certain
Okay,
hours because
that makes it difficult.
if I don't, there is. I
We can
just
all
need to do
imagine
it.
what can happen, right?
Yeah, I just need to walk them out.
Yeah,
Um, and I'm just trying to be flexible, trying to squeeze the print on demand stuff in my day.
yeah,
Sometimes it's research, sometimes it's designing, sometimes it's helping.
yeah. And the research part, like how long did it take you to really understand how to research and do and basically learn BSR and learn about how to identify bestsellers and dig deeper into the niches? Because that is the most important part before
Mhm.
you even
Yeah,
learn about
yeah,
designing.
yeah. Niche research is the most crucial part here because you can have the best design in the world,
Mm,
but if the niche is not as good as it can be, nobody will buy it.
yeah,
And
exactly.
on the beginning, it was taking me hours, literally
Mm,
hours, and I wasn't even knowing that if I'm doing that okay or not.
mhm.
But I saw that this T-shirt is selling well, but why just a simple T-shirt with text? Why it's selling well?
Yeah,
what's why. A lot of questions with no answers. And now I think it's just a matter of minutes.
Right. And what's your method of research now to find the best-selling designs, or to get into the niches in your way? Like, if you want to
Mm,
tell us the strategy that has helped you make sales, and obviously the biggest and most crucial part is research, because if you don't
yeah,
have a decent niche that has demand and people want to buy it, even if the design is amazing, nobody cares because nobody wants to buy it. So
yeah.
how do you like, if you can walk us through your strategy, how do you do your research to make sales just like you made?
Mhm. Mm, There is no one strategy. I'm using a mix of them. So
Mm,
I'm checking socials. I'm using the Amazon Merch Expander
mm.
extension. I'm using Merch Dominator. So you never know where you find something interesting.
Yeah.
So that's
So
the mix of those.
so you just keep searching until you find something that
Mhm.
you click with, and then you go, okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna make
Yeah. The,
make
the
this
first
design.
the first sale I made was from a niche which came from my Facebook feed.
Amazing.
hmm It was a political niche.
Interesting.
Yeah, and now I wouldn't enter it because I'm trying to stay away from the
Yeah.
politics and so on. But back in the days, I didn't know that. So
Yeah.
there is a guy. Let's make a T-shirt about him, and that
Right.
worked.
Why do you say you want to stay away from the political niche?
I personally
Just
don't
out of
feel it.
interest. Okay. All right. Fair
I
enough.
personally don't feel it. And politics is a fishy subject. So
Right.
you have Joe Biden, you have Donald Trump, and a lot of stuff around that, and you never know which one is allowed on Amazon and which is not.
Right.
It's okay to make shirts with Joe Biden as his current USA president, but
Yeah. Sometimes when you do Trump, they take t-shirts
mm,
down and stuff like that.
mm,
So, yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Sometimes you really don't know what can happen with a
yeah,
particular
better safe than
design.
sorry.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of
Agreed.
different niches, completely safe niches.
Agreed. That's
There's
a
just
very
no
good
no
lesson,
need to
guys.
risk.
Very, very good lesson. If you're not sure, stay away from that niche. There are many, many other alternatives. Just keep searching and you'll find something else. So
I
don't
know that
ever feel sorry.
I know that a lot of YouTubers are repeating that there are a lot of possibilities and so on, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's basically true.
Yeah. But see, when people find a niche that they really like and they connect with, but they are, half sure, half not sure,
hmm
it's very hard for them to kind of let go of the idea because they spent so much time and they found it, and
Yeah.
then they start thinking, okay, let me just take the risk, and that risk can, you know make them lose their account. So
In most
guys,
cases, it's not worthy.
whenever you have to ask yourself, shall I do it, shall I not, because you think it might be risky, just don't do
Just
it.
don't.
Stay away from it. Do something else, because there are plenty of other
Mhm,
alternatives.
mhm.
Brilliant.
Especially when you are working on trends, as
Yeah.
I would recommend for the lower tiers account.
Yeah.
Just leave evergreen, work on trends.
Yeah, we're gonna come to that, like the advice that you're gonna give to
Yeah,
tier
yeah.
10 users,
Stay tuned.
and yeah, very, very important. But I'm more interested in finding out what really drives you to help people, because you said that you help people just on Facebook, right?
Mhm.
People come and you share some results, you share, your commentary on certain things on Facebook groups, and now you have a Facebook fan page. People come to you via DMs and they ask you, can you help me with this? They ask you questions, etc. What really drives you to dedicate time we're not talking about one or two people asking you. Like a lot of people come to ask you,
Yeah.
and it's very commendable what you do. What drives you to do that?
I was on their place some time ago, and there was no person like myself back then. And I know how frustrating it can be to don't have anyone to ask. So I'm just trying to fill that gap. And
Cool,
I know
especially
that would it something will take me, I don't know, 5 minutes or something or something like that. And someone who's new in that will spend hours figuring out
right.
something.
So basically, it gives you good satisfaction,
Yeah, I just like that.
instant gratification when you help someone and you see
Yeah.
them happy that they've
Mhm.
found out how to do the thing that they asked you about very
Yeah,
easily without having to spend so much
exactly.
time looking for it.
And
That's
even more
amazing.
rewarding is when, for example, somebody will make a sale by
Yeah,
applying the advices they get from me.
yeah.
I
I,
had that
I
situations already, so
I completely understand where you're coming from, man. Because like, on my social media, especially Instagram, I keep posting stories of people making sales, and they say, "Okay, I tried that, that didn't work, but I tried that and it worked." It
mhm.
it makes me feel happy that people are finding the information useful. So I completely understand where you're coming from, man. Um, it's another reward. Like it's not
Yeah,
financial reward.
exactly.
It's a reward on another level. Not a lot of people would understand it unless they like that reward themselves. You know.
Mm.
Cool.
In
It's
my
it
personal
boosts.
opinion, it's even more important than
Yeah,
money.
100%. Because money comes and goes, man, and
Yeah.
you know, just the thought that you've helped somebody put food on the table, you know, put a roof over their heads. Now started making $1,000 a month, 2,000, 3,000. You know, I've just had someone on. I actually posted a story yesterday on my Instagram. Uh, for those of you who want to check it out, at Master ADP, it's in the description below. He started making $1,000 a day, you know, and he's in tier 400, and he's just started. Sorry, 4,000, and he's just started doing merch this year.
Mm.
So
That's
that
impressive.
yeah, that really, really made me happy, man. Like it just goes to show you that people, if they put in the time, the effort, the focus into something, they can definitely make it happen. You know, I know for a fact that that's what I've done. I was spending like 12 hours a day, man,
Mhm.
14, 15, 16 hours a day trying to learn. And then by the end of the first year, I was already on tier 8K, made like 18K in 1 month on my
Mhm.
first year. But that's because I gave it my all. There was nothing else I could have done, right?
Yeah.
So it can be done, and people can do even better.
Yeah.
So
So I'm guessing back in the days, Amazon was more keen of tearing people up, like nowadays.
yeah, yeah, they were tearing people up, but they were tearing people up um, like slowly.
Hmm.
So back then, you used to have to do, you know, tier. Obviously, you do the 2,500,
Yeah.
500, 1K, and then you do 2K, 4K, 6K,
Hmm.
8K, 10K, and then you go to 20K. But then there was a point where they took people from 20K to 50K. So they wanted people to really have a lot of slots to start uploading to the
Hmm.
platform. So it just depends on their resources and the time of the year and many things really. Yeah, so I think just people should just work and not worry about, you know, the politics of Amazon, because there's
Yeah,
nothing you
that's
can change. You can change
exactly.
nothing. You have to worry about the things that you can change yourself. So can't
Most of
complain
my
about Amazon.
sales, most of my sales were made on tier 10. So It was
Yeah.
over to 200 sales on tier 10 after
Yeah.
they finally tiered me up. So
So you just have to wait, man.
yeah,
They'll tier you up to probably tier 500 straight away. Depends. They
mm,
might tier you up to tier 100, then you upload 100, then they tier you up to
okay. I hope
500
so.
because you've already made a sale. So you qualify from a
Mhm,
sales point of view. You just have to make those uploads. Yeah,
exactly.
really, really cool. So tell me, what do you think about mindset in terms of making one become successful? What's the role that mindset plays in success in Merch by Amazon, KDP, Redbubble, POD, whatever it is?
I think it's all about the mindset because when you don't feel it, or when you for some reason want to achieve a lot of fast, gain a lot of money fast, that's not how it's working now. I'm not sure if it ever works like
It
that,
never
but
worked like that.
mm,
People that follow that hype, they get stung, they get scammed, or they get sold something that
yeah,
doesn't work, or they get sold something that doesn't exist, or whatever. So,
yeah.
but I'm
So
more talking from the point of view of being patient
mhm.
and
Yeah,
having that
patience is a
grind
key.
mentality, having
Mm,
that hustle mentality, having that never give up mentality, thinking I'm gonna ride or die. I'm gonna have to achieve this or not. I'm not gonna sleep. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to achieve my goals, that kind of thing. Because a lot of people are having it so easy, you know.
mhm.
Students, they get student loans, they don't have to work. Everything is handed to a lot of people. And I think the hustle culture is is becoming very rare, right? I think so. What makes someone have that mentality of I need to hustle to eat bread?
Hard to say, to be honest. I think in my case, I just finally found something that I like.
Yeah,
I know it's not easy at the beginning. I think it's never easy, but it's easier in higher tiers as you have
yeah,
more
it gets
slots.
easier.
It's easier. You can upload more. You don't need to wait for that first sale and so on. Um, and the first sale is changing a lot.
Yeah,
To be honest, when you hear this first kaching, if you are using pretty merch, then you are hearing kachings.
yeah,
That's changing something. Mm.
yeah. It does give you a boost of morale, and it gives you that
Yeah,
belief that
that
this doesn't
that is
does work.
possible. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. It's
If you
possible
could do
to
one, then
sell
you could do
something.
10. If you could do 10, you could do 20, etc., etc.
Exactly.
It kind of,
Exactly.
yeah, reaffirms that you're on the right path. If you could just, duplicate what you've done
Mhm.
once or twice or 10 times and
Exactly.
then keeps growing like that. Cool, cool. And what would be your advice to people in tier 10? So we were talking about trends. Do you want to continue on that
I,
line
I,
of answer?
we can, but maybe firstly, if you are just starting in this business, be prepared that it is taking really a lot of time at the beginning. It's not
Yeah.
hour or two, or it can be even 10 or more.
Mm.
As Adi said, he was spending most of his day on print of demand at the beginning. The same story for
Especially learning, especially
hmm
learning. And then
yeah,
later
yeah,
on, the learning part will go down and then the productivity part will go up, right?
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
you'll start making more designs. As you tier up, you'll start making loads and loads of designs. I remember I used to fill 1,000 slots a day when it was really, really hard. Back then, we used to have to open 10 tabs
Hmm.
and upload designs on each tab. But now, to upload to different products. But now you can literally upload one design and then it gets put on all of these products and marketplaces. Imagine we used to have to upload multiple times on multiple tabs, different products, different marketplaces. It used to be very, very hard.
No.
A lot harder than now. Yeah. Now you
It,
can literally fill 60 plus slots with one design, with one click of a button. You know, you just select your products, upload the design, make sure it fits well, done. And if you're using upload tools, it's much easier. This is for people that have higher tiers. Yeah, back
yeah.
then to fill 100 slots, it used to be very, very hard. Let alone 1,000 slots or 10,000 slots.
Now it's just
Yeah,
a matter of few clicks on
exactly.
a lead.
In
Well,
2019, I was in, early 2019, I was in a tier 50K. I didn't know what to do to fill it. Like, I was working so hard every single day, and it would just not get filled up. It was much harder. Now it's so much easier. So at least that part of work is not as hard as it used to be.
but I had the same feeling when I firstly opened my account. 10 slots. My God, what I would put there.
Yeah,
Absolutely no idea how to fill them.
yeah,
But with the time, 8th uploaded, 9th uploaded, 10th uploaded, and
yeah,
that's it. And my head was full of ideas.
yeah, yeah.
And what
Exactly,
now? What now?
exactly. Okay, so do you want to continue on? What would be your advice for people starting out?
Yeah, prepare a lot of time. Uh, there will be a lot of mistakes. That's
Mm-hmm.
normal.
Yep.
Just don't do Superman stuff, and it should be fine. You are not allowed to use Superman or any other copyrighted stuff.
Yep.
My advice would be to work on trends, because when you are working on trends, uh, the possibility of fast sale is much higher than working when you are working on evergreens. In most of my designs which I sold, they were sold about 2 or 3 days after uploading.
Mm.
So it's an instant reward,
Yeah.
and it's working much better in my opinion than waiting a month or 2 months for a first sale.
Yeah.
Mm, be prepared that first designs would not be as good as you think that they are,
Mm-hmm.
and it won't probably sell. To get my first sale, I created about 18 designs, and only 19th kicked in. And it was this
Nice.
political niche which I mentioned
Yeah.
earlier. After that, I created 2 more designs for that niche, and they sold as well.
Yeah.
So that's another advice. If something's working, do more of that.
Do more of that. Yeah. And just keep trying until you find what works for you.
Yeah,
Because you never know what will work for you exactly. It might not be a bestseller, it might be a bestseller, it might be
mm,
an idea that you just had while browsing quickly and you were like, okay, let me try that. You know what I mean? You never know exactly what would sell. Obviously, there are
exactly.
certain rules, you have to make sure that that design actually has demand. We keep
Hmm.
explaining how to do that. So at this point, if you're not sure how to do that, just go back to videos, watch other creators. The information is there on YouTube, right? You
Exactly.
know, and be patient and keep trying harder and harder and harder until one day it will work out for you.
Patience is a key here.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Thomas, thank you so much, man. It's been an eye opener. And I think a lot of people, would have benefited from this session,
I
especially
hope
people
so.
starting out. Because, I don't want to bring people that are making like thousands of dollars per day
No,
all
no,
the
no.
time. I
They
want to,
won't find any
they won't
value here.
relate.
No.
They won't, people that are watching us will not relate because a lot of them are just starting out. They are beginners. if you say you can make $1,000 a day, they'll say you're lying because they
Yeah,
have not
exactly.
experienced it before. So you want to start slowly. Yeah, you can make $20 a day. Yeah, you can make 50, 100. It is possible. And even way more than that is possible. But don't think about that now. Let's
Yeah,
get you to start, actually working on the platform and understanding the platform, and you'll get better and better and better. That's why I want to
exactly.
bring people that are not very advanced, but have had a good start. Like yourself, you're still in tier 25, but you've sold 280 sales. So
Yeah,
it's really not about how much money you've made to motivate someone. It's about the journey that you went through, maybe some struggles that you found. And believe it or not, some people are watching us right now and they might be like, yeah, this guy Thomas, I'm going through the exact same thing as he's going through. Or yeah, I like this idea that he mentioned. You know what I mean? They will take away so much more than they would take away from someone who's a millionaire from Merch by Amazon. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because they're talking different languages.
yeah. Because I'm
Yeah,
almost in the same place
yeah,
as they are. It's
exactly.
only it's been a few months that I'm on Amazon Merch,
Yeah.
so
So if
I
anyone,
know how it is to be on this place. No
yeah,
sales and no knowledge about how to
yeah,
make those sales.
cool, man. And guys, if you want to watch Thomas's journey, especially if you speak in Polish, go and follow him on his socials. I'm going to leave you links down below in the description. And
There's
if you go,
there's not a lot of stuff yet. It's quite fresh new, but every day I'm trying to post
I'm
something
putting you
new.
I'm under pressure now so that you can get, start creating content. I think a
Yeah,
lot of people are going to benefit.
I hope
Um,
so.
and if
That's
you
my
guys know
goal.
anyone who, would kind of, benefit from doing a podcast with us, or you would benefit from that person, doing a podcast here on the channel, DM me. Or if you are that person, if you've started seeing some great results, especially if you just started out, DM me on Instagram or send me an email, and we'll see if we can get you on the podcast. I'm going to leave you guys links to all the services and print on demand resources that you need in the description. Whether you need a Merch by Amazon account, my full Merch by Amazon course, the Profitable Niches service, one-to-one coaching, the free ultimate guide to print on demand success, $10K a month formula PDF, or any of the print on demand tools and resources, either for free or with heavy discounts. You'll find all the links down below in the description. Thomas, thank you very much, my friend, and I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.